Because I have somebody absent and they asked if I would record the notes.
Wait, it's Neil. Do you know if Hallie's going to Aubie's play?
Yes.
Wait, Miss.
Not sure yet.
So if we're ever absent, we can ask you to record the notes, right?
Yes, I'm recording today's notes because there's somebody that was absent in the last block, and they emailed me and said, I'm absent, I'm homesick, can you record the lesson, and then I'll post it on the website. So if you ever know you're going to be out and you want to request that, just send me an email, and it's not a big deal. Okay, so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm recording this because we had somebody gone. Now, this one, notice I put an A after it. Normally in our pre-algebra lessons, it's just the chapter and the lesson, but I'm splitting it into two parts. So this is 7-6 part A, because it really, to me, was 2 full lessons, or almost 2 full, so it's easier just to split it up. We're going to talk about something called markup and discount. Question?
We just did 7.1. Yeah, I thought it was about 7.
Yes, I think 7.5 I'm skipping.
Oh, okay.
Let me just double check that. Yeah, we skipped it. It's using equations to solve for percents, but your is over of works just fine, so I usually skip it. Good catch, though. All right, so our chapter's all about percent and markup and discount. Who knows what either of those words? Can you share with us what one maybe, Ashna?
Like discount means when you get like a certain amount of things off of what you originally.
Okay, good. So discount is a percent of savings. So like you go into the store and they say, we're having a sale today, 30% off. So yes, it's a savings. So let's put down that as a definition. It's the amount, this is what I have, but what Ashna said is good. Amount that the regular price is reduced. So is your price going to go up or down?
Down.
It's going to go down because you're saving money. All right, but what about markup? That one you're probably not as familiar with, but if you think about, discount has to do with a store. Think about markup in relation to a store. Trey.
That's like if you make the price more expensive.
Yes, when would that happen? When would the price go more expensive?
Maybe if there's like say it's like in the middle of the winter or something, and you want strawberries.
Okay.
They're more expensive because there's a higher demand of them.
Okay. So you said strawberries maybe increase in price because it's in winter and they don't grow in the winter. So, okay. Who does the markup, though?
Store.
The store does. That's right. Okay, that would be one case where the price might be marked up. But that's not, that's more of a price increase because of some situation. Markup, though, is an actual event that happens on a regular basis. Hannah, do you know what it is? Like whoever is producing the item, and what do they do?
They mark it up because they don't have as much or something.
Because they don't have as much of the item, so they raise the price. Again, that's more situational, and it is raising the price. But there's something, markup is something that happens every day, and it's not fully based on the situation. Katie.
Do they do it like so they get a profit?
There, that's it. Right. Good. Here's a lifesaver. They do it because they're trying to make a profit. Because when a business buys, maybe they're selling calculators, okay? And so they purchase the calculators from whoever makes them, and then they can't just sell it for that same price. Otherwise, they make no profit. And then even the markup. Do they get to keep all the markup? Like maybe they buy the calculator for $1, but they sell it to you for $6. Do they get to keep the markup?
No.
Do they keep some of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But where does some of it go? Izzy?
Like the person they bought it from, they have to.
Well, they have to pay for the item. They paid $1, so that's part of it. But what else do they pay for? Avery?
They have to pay for their employees.
They have to pay their employees. Good. Other things they pay for, Abby?
For new calculators.
Well, that kind of is figured in that $1. Like if we say they pay $1. Yes, but they would keep having to pay that. But then What else do they have to do? They pay employees, the light bill, Katie,
Rent, taxes,
rent, they have taxes to pay.
like all the furniture and the stuff they put the calculator.
Yes, like to display them. I mean, there's all kinds of expenses. So it makes sense when you think about they have to mark it up because they have to make a profit, but then they have to pay their expenses as well. So they buy it and then they raise the price. Yes.
Remember, I was watching Shark Tank yesterday,
Uh-huh.
and the girl, like, I don't know if you ever seen them, they're like these socks that you wear underneath your boots, and they have like lace on them, and like she was like, I think she was the original girl, because she had made like millions of dollars off of them, and the guy was like, well, what's your profit? And she's, and like how much did it cost and how much you selling for? And she's
Yes.
like, it cost me it was like $5.50 to make
To
them.
make them.
And they looked really expensive, and she's like, but I sell them for $29.99. And the guy was like, oh.
So see, that is a great example of markup because she's got to mark it up to make a profit, right? Good. Very good. Okay, let's get a definition of markup. So this is what a store sells items for more than they paid for them. And you could even put it's to make a profit. Izzy.
If there were an online store, would that money also go to like even though that people have to pay separate shipping and handling, then would they also have to pay for like gas and stuff when they're
Delivering.
Well, they do get extra money from shipping.
Well, that's what the
It
shipping
kind of
is.
depends.
UPS
Yeah.
and stuff,
Mhm.
they wouldn't have to
And, like,
pay for gas.
But like packaging and stuff too. Like,
Mhm.
they put, like,
The packaging they'd have to figure in, but a lot of times that is like when you pay for shipping and handling, that you're as a customer, they're charging you for so they don't have to pay that part. But then sometimes they offer free shipping, but maybe they've already figured in they've raised the price enough to cover the shipping, things like that. Jules.
Oh, I was watching the show on like NBC or whatever. It was like the things you don't want to know about common day things, and they were talking about infomercials, and like I saw this like cup, and like you can spill it or whatever, and it was like $20, and then at the
Okay.
end they were like, and we're also gonna include like if you call right now a second one and the cleaning kit, and they were like, did you know that it actually only cost them like $1, and then like if they were selling just the cup, it would only be like $5, but they're charging you more so that way you buy it all, even though you don't want it, because it's actually not that much just for the cup. They're just kind of ripping you off by making you pay that much.
And a lot of times,
it's a better deal.
a lot of times they'll say, "We'll give you another one free. You just need to pay the shipping and handling."
So that's not really free.
And so it's and sometimes they're
The
like
item's only
$15
like
shipping and handling. You're like, well, I actually paid for the item then. Yes, Izzy.
like my mom said, like sometimes it, like kind of like what George was saying, but like if you want something and then they say you can get something else free, you're actually paying for it because
They figured that into that
Yeah, it's just
original
like a
price.
rip-off.
raise the price for the other objects.
Yes,
and then-
it's all that's marketing, and that's something that's an actual thing you can do in college is you can study marketing, and so how do you make things appealing for people to buy? And that right there is an example of one. Good. Okay, let's keep moving. Let's talk about selling price. Now, what I just put that term down because you'll see that. What does that mean? The selling price.
How much it's sold for?
Right. Exactly. So the selling price is the amount that the customer pays.
Isn't this what we did when we were doing the fashion thing? We were
Yes.
watching
Right. Yeah, when we did, what was that, before Christmas? And we did with the fashion, and you had to figure out what it would be sold for. Very good, yeah. Because didn't we talk about markup a little bit then? Yeah, I forgot about that. Good.
Because it said like she has to pay for like all of the fabric and stuff
Mhm.
for her clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's right. Okay, let's try a problem. We're going to start out with, let's do discount. Is that the one? No, I want to do, actually, where's my example? Let's call this number 1. This is going to be a markup one. Okay, so the question will say, I'm going to have two problems where you actually have to write the problem down, and then I've got a couple that are in your book, so you won't have to copy them. So find the selling price if a store pays $42, and it's for a pair of rollerblades, but you don't have to really write that down. They pay $42, and the markup is 25%. So, any ideas?
Yeah.
What do you think we need to do? All right, Hannah. And what will 25% of 42 give us? Not the number, but what is that? That's the markup. Good. So we first need to find, well, how much are they going to mark up the price? So she said, let's do 25% of $42. Now, can we do is over of equals percent over 100? Yes. Or what did we learn when you have the percent of the number? Katie, what can we do?
You could do like 25% of 40 and then 25% of 2 and
Oh, yeah, you could do that. Good. Yes, that is one way to do it. And I do want you to find an exact answer. So she broke it into 25% of 40, 25% of 2, and add them up. What's another way? Prescott. Well, what does the word of mean? Multiply. So you're close. Don't divide. You want to multiply. But we can't multiply it as 25%. What do we change it to?
0.25.
0.25. Could you use a fraction, 1/4, if you want to? Yes. I like to do 0.25 because you get to use a calculator. So once you take your calculators out, we said of means multiply. So 0.25 times 42. Let's find out what the markup is.
10.50 or 10.5. Well, you actually can think about that in your head because it's a fourth of that. And since it's 40.
Yeah, kind of like what Katie was saying. A fourth, a 20.25, 25% of 40 is 4. Or it's
Yeah, it's just a fourth of 40.
it's 10, and then you can get your 50 cents. So 10.5 or 10.50 if we're thinking of money. So is that the answer?
No.
No, that's the markup. So what do you have to do with it,
You have
Avery?
to add 42 plus $10.50.
Okay, good. So the selling price is to take your $42, the original amount, add your $10.50, your markup. So they're going to sell it to the customer for $52.50. Now, when you do this in your homework, you don't have to write down all of this. This is good for notes, so you can look back and see what you were doing. But in your homework, if you want to write down just show me what you're typing in. So you put 0.25 times 42 equals this. Then if you just want to put plus 42, and then you get your answer. That's fine. Just write down everything you type in. Question on that one? Yes,
Wait, do you
Anna.
want us to like rewrite like kind of the problem like 25% of 42?
It's up to you.
Oh.
If it's yeah, that's okay. And a lot of these are going to be word problems, and so you write down as much as you want to, but I do want to see what's typed in. Clay.
Are we allowed to do proportions for them?
Yes, if you want to do the is over of, is that what you're thinking? Yes, you could.
It's just gonna take
Yeah, I do think it's a little bit longer, especially when you have a calculator you can use. But all right, I want you guys to try page 365, number 3 in the guided practice. If you want to work together with the person sitting next to you, you can.
You're 5 feet away from it.
May I have it? It's like a mini.
Okay. So it's $75. I'm gonna write $17. You ready?
Oh, 40%.
Are you ready? Let's do 25 times. What did you use this cup for? Miss Neal, can I have your calculator out of my locker?
Mm-hmm.
14% of 75. 14% of 70.
No. Did you get? What'd you guys get? That's not what I got.
No, that's what I got.
Yeah, we're not finding the markup. We're finding the selling
I was
price.
getting my
Wait, what did I do? Find the selling price.
That is the same thing.
Oh. I had 105, but then I changed it. 30.
Oh, I know what it is.
Have it? There we go.
Can I take a calculator from my locker?
Why don't you wait till after notes?
Okay.
Just because you'll have to go to the other hallway. All right, let's go ahead and see what you came up with. Ashna, start us off. What was the first thing that you found?
So I multiplied 0.4 times 75
And where'd you get 0.4?
because I did 40%.
Okay, you changed 40% to a decimal, so you're finding 40% of 75. So you said 0.4 or 0.40 times 75. Okay, and what'd you get there?
30.
Okay. And then what did you do with the 30?
And then I added it to $75.
Because that was your original price. Good. So the sale price or the selling price would be 105. Because 30 was your markup. Okay? Make sense on that one? Yes, Izzy.
Is there some sort of twist we're going to have to add that's going to make it like something
A twist? No, this one's actually, well, there's one problem I'm going to do here at the end. I'm going to see if you can figure it out. But once I show you something, or maybe you'll figure it out on your own, it's really a pretty straightforward. And this is a very practical lesson. All right, let's try a third example. And this time, we're going to have a discount. So there's a store that is having a sale.
So we have to write this.
Yeah, I would write this down just so you can refer back to it. And there's a jacket. The jacket's original price is $89. Okay, it's a nice jacket. But it's on sale for 25% off. So the question is, what's the sale price? Or you could say, what's the selling price? So what do you think we need to do first, Lauren?
Well, you have to do 0.25 times 89.
Because that's 25% of the original. Okay.
And then when I haven't done that, but when you get that answer, don't we keep going?
Sure.
Well, you take whatever you get and then subtract it from 89.
Very good. So who's got the discounted amount? What'd you get, Evan?
66.75.
No. Did you hear? My question was, what's the discounted? Like, what's the discount? The amount of savings.
Ooh, I got it.
Yeah, but what price? Helen.
$22.25.
Good. $22.25. So that's the amount of the discount. And then Evan, what did you get for the final selling price?
66.75.
Okay, good. So you take the $89, which is the original price, subtract out your discount, and you'll get 66.75. That's the sale price. Okay? So just to review these two things, if you have a markup, you're going to find your percent, and then what are you going to do? Add it. If it's a discount, you find your percent, and then you'll subtract it. All right, you guys try this one. This will be our number 4. And this is on page 366. And it's a guided practice problem. The middle of the page, number 4, about magazines. Now we're not doing the problem number 4 in the bottom. We're doing the one in the middle of the page. So you guys try that one. All right, Patrick, start us off.
Well, it says 67 off of 35, so I did 0.67
Okay.
times 35.
Okay, good. And that, what's that number?
23.45.
Okay, good. And what is that amount representing?
The sale.
Like, is that the sale price?
No.
No. What is?
It's like how much you take.
Okay, very good. So it's our we could say it's the savings, or it's the amount of the discount. Great. Okay, Jules, what do I do with it from there?
You take 35, the original price, and subtract the savings, and then you get your sale
Mm-hmm.
price.
Good.
And it's $11.55.
Okay. Sale price. Very good. Okay, here's taking it one step further. Let's see if you can figure this out. Let's say that I tell you that the original price of an item is $38 and its sale price is $20. I want you to find what percent is the discount. And there's a couple ways to work it. I want to see if you guys can play around with it a little bit, figure it out, and then I'm going to show you one way to do it. You can talk to the person sitting next to you. And you're going to need to round it to the nearest whole percent. It's not going to be an even number.
So can I explain this?
We'll see.
Wait, Miss, you have to round it to the nearest whole
Percent.
Wait, here's 10.
The nearest whole percent.
Is it like
Yeah, whatever it is, if you move it over 2 and then round it to the whole number.
It's just not the rounding. I'm trying to do this backwards, but it's like hard.
I divided 25. I divided 25 by 38, and then it gave me 58.
Yeah, but it was 52.6 and around here to the nearest whole
Now, 20 divided by 38.
Yeah. 52.6
So-
around. Yeah. Yeah.
It is all yes.
Okay. Clay, what'd you get?
I did a proportion, I got 50.
53?
Percent.
Well, let's think about it. What is half of 38? 19. So if you subtracted 19, would you only pay 20? Like,
Oh, I know what. It's 47%. You just.
What?
Yeah, that's it. Because we just forgot to minus like
mhm. You actually
Yeah.
found how much you're going to pay.
how much is left. It's like
Okay.
Oh.
So I heard some of you talking about proportions, which I like that you're doing that. Here's how I would set it up. I would take the original price. I'm kind of setting up a little chart, I guess you'd say. And then what are we going to do to the original price to get to the sale price? Subtract out what? We're going to subtract the
Original
discount, right?
Oh.
Okay. So, what percent is the original price?
53, 50.
No.
No, sorry.
What
No.
it starts out at 100%, right?
Oh.
That's your original price is always 100%. And your original price in terms of money was $38.
Mhm.
And what was the sale price? 20. Can we fill in some other information? What's the first thing we could find? Izzy?
With the sale price, would you have to find the percent of what percent of sale price?
Yes, but before we get there, what can we find? Like I have, when I'm looking at this, I have a blank here. This is where what I'm trying to get. I have a blank here and I have a blank here. What can I find first, Hannah?
The discount price.
The amount of the discount? Not the price. We know the price after the discount is 20. So how much is the discount, the savings?
$18.
18. Does everybody see where we got that?
No.
Well, because if it was originally 38 and it went down to 20, didn't you save $18?
Yes.
Take out your 20. Okay. So now, which one are we looking for? The percent of sale, the sale price percentage, or the discount percentage?
Just the sale price.
Discount.
It says what percent is the discount.
Oh.
So this is where we put our X. And then, let's just turn it, y'all were talking about proportions. Couldn't we do that? You just turn it into
Oh.
So do cross products on it.
So should you erase the 20
Couldn't
then?
you just
You can just
divide because I divided the sale price by the original price, and then I got 53%.
and then you subtract that from 100.
Yeah.
You could do it that way too. Yeah.
So you could do sale price divided by the original.
The reason I like this is because there could be different pieces missing, and it's all you just plug them in and you do your proportion. So then X.
Wait, so what was the 53% that everyone was counting?
Well, if it's this rounds to 47%.
Right, I got that when we did this part.
Well, if the discount is 47%, what would be the sale percentage?
Oh.
You're going to pay
Okay.
53. So some of you found that, but this was the one we were trying to find. Okay, try this one. Let's say that the selling price,
Write it all again.
you probably should write down the details, yeah. Let's say the selling price is $45 and we'll say the markup, there was a markup of 70, whoops, that should be a percent, 70%. That's kind of high. Sorry, we'll do 60%. I want you to find the original price.
Is it like doing the same thing?
Very similar. So what would be my categories over here? Instead of original, discount, and sale, what are my different kind of things?
Selling, markup, and like
Original price. And then what do we do to the original price? We mark it up, right? Because it's talking about a markup. And then we add the markup, and then we get the selling price that you already mentioned. So when you look at this, you could even draw like and make it a table. And you could put your percents in one column and your money in the other column.
Can there be like multiple percents in a proportion?
Well, this has information to make multiple different proportions. You're just going to use the part that you need. We can start to fill it in. Do we know the original? So here's where I'll put my percents. Here's where I'll put my money. Do we know any of the percents?
It'll be 60%.
Okay, and so is the 60% the original price?
No.
Markup? Yes. Okay, so 60% markup. Well, I won't even put the percents on it. Do we know any other percentages?
100% for original.
Original is 100%.
And then the selling went up to
No, $45.
Well, do we know the selling percentage?
No.
Can we find it?
Yes.
Well, it's a markup, right? Are they selling it for more or less?
More.
More than they paid.
So it would be 160.
It'd be 160%. Because it's a markup. So the percentage went up. Above, they buy it at 100%, but then they sell it for more, so higher percentage. Compared to what they paid, you buy it for what they paid plus more. 60% more. Okay, I haven't plugged in this 45. Where could I plug that in?
Selling price under the money.
Okay. And now I have enough. I'm trying to find the original price. So where am I going to put my X?
Original price.
Do I need the markup anymore?
No.
No. So I'm just going to mark that out. I only used it to get my 160. So do you see your proportion now?
Yes.
100 over 160 equals X over 45. There's your proportion.
Oh.
And you can rewrite it as a proportion this way if you want, or you can just do it from your table.
Do you have to do something?
I find they make these really straightforward, if you will. But
160%.
because the store buys it at 100% and then they raise it 60%. So it's 160% is what they sell it for. Let's round to the nearest. Well, this is money, so we'll round it to the nearest cent. Has anybody gotten it yet? What'd you get, Izzy?
$28.13.
Did you say 13? Yes, because it rounded up a cent. So they originally bought it for $28.13, but they marked it up 60% and sold it to you for $45.
Ooh, they're cheap.
They're making some money. Does that help in terms of see how there's missing parts? And you won't have many of those, but I thought I'd show that to you because that could pop up. All right, you guys can either work on your quiz correction